Devanjan, I'm studying data analytics masters in Northeastern.
My name is Manush and I am studying masters in biotechnology right now. The hectic life, the work, the studies, handling everything together. Apart from that, participating in co-curricular activities that you have always thought, the American lifestyle that you see people in undergrad doing parties and stuff. But to be honest, you don't get that much over here because as
It's
a
only
master's,
the undergrads doing that.
Yeah, only the undergrads are the ones doing that.
The interview was in Delhi. So my interview was less than a minute and they just asked me like 3 basic questions.
Tell us about your visa experience. I think you came at a very unique time. It was the first
The first
intake after COVID.
Yeah. So basically, I thought of coming in fall 2020. Fall 2020. But what happened was because of COVID, I had to delay it by one semester. So by mid-November, I was still finding slots for spring 21 intake. So finally, I decided that I'll just have one more year. I'll complete my masters over, then I'll come again over here. Luckily, around end of November 27-28, I got a slot for 2nd December for fingerprint and 8th for my visa interview. So I packed
Which
everything
MSc
up.
was this?
Mumbai.
Okay.
Yeah, because Delhi, I think they didn't open up the slot till 15th of December. So I booked the tickets, everything. I packed the whole the bag and stuff. I went for the interview. They only asked me 2 questions. One was the course, that what are you doing here for? Do you have any specifications? And the other was who was gonna pay for that.
Do you have any specialization?
Yeah, so so at that time I took molecular biology, but after coming here I changed it to biopharmaceuticals.
So biotechnology with specialization.
Yeah, in
molecular
biopharma. Yeah, over there it's there.
And
over that
funding.
time. Yeah, funding. Just funding and what's the course. That's it.
So you prepared, I think, quite a bit for your visa interview.
Yeah.
And also you came at a time when there was the highest level of anxiety for visa interviews. So tell us about the preparation part, Devanjan, and how then of course your actual visa process. So what are the challenges you identified in your profile?
Yeah. So basically, I came in fall 2022. So this was just after everything opened up in US and people who couldn't come to US for the past 2 years. So everybody was rushing for a slot and slots were very hard to get. So that was one thing. There was severe crisis of slots, and on top of that, maximum number of the highest applications were submitted that same intake.
And there was an additional criteria that if you get rejected, you
Yeah.
cannot book a slot again
Yeah, so
this year, which added more complexity.
Yeah, so people who got a slot early and then they got rejected, they were not getting slots until very late. So that was one thing which was causing a lot of anxiety. So since I had 9 years of work experience, my biggest challenge was to explaining the visa officer that what I was doing in the past 9 years and how I had a change of mind of pursuing a master's. Now, typically visa interviews are less than 1 minute, so you don't get a lot of chance to talk. I prepared very well what I want to say, and for everyone who is watching this video, I would like to tell them that you need to prepare your stuff very well, because you might have a lot of things to say, but you need to structure it properly, and you need to know that there are few things that you should not say and there are few things which you want to highlight. So you have to drive that conversation. That is quite crucial, I think. And I prepared myself in order to what I have to say. And then my actual visa interview was in Delhi. So my interview was less than a minute and they just asked me 3 basic questions.
I think it started with when did you graduate?
Yeah.
Because I remember your interview very well.
Yeah. So he asked me when did you graduate? Because
which is when you knew that
it is going in that direction.
of the
Yeah, because automatically when he gets my all the documents right there, he can see that my graduation was in 2013, which is a long time back. So automatically for anyone this question will pop up in the mind, why do you want to do masters now? And though the question was not that straightforward, but the actual meaning of the question, the actual context was that. So I tried to explain to him very briefly, like why I want to pursue my masters now.
So you were proactive, like you didn't just answer
Yeah.
2013 and stop, but you immediately
shifted
the focus towards
yeah,
the work.
I completely explained him like very briefly because I knew the time is very crucial. So I briefly explained him how my journey started from 2013 and now where am I and where I'm trying to go. So I explained him in like 2-3 sentences, and immediately he asked me the next question was like about the funding. And funding was pretty much sorted. I knew what I had to say, so I just said that. And the following question was like, he asked me why I chose Northeastern. So actually I chose Northeastern because of the co-op, but I couldn't say that to the visa officer because there are a couple of things which you cannot say.
So what did you say?
I told him, and I had other reasons as well. It's not just the co-op. Maybe co-op was the most important reason, but on top of that, like there were a lot of other reasons. And another most important thing was like, since I have a couple of years of experience in healthcare industry, and I am moving into like the AI in healthcare domain, like how the impact of AI in healthcare. So I had a couple of pointers which I could present it to the VO. And
so you related your work experience to the specialization in the course.
Yes, because for me I felt that there is a need to create that bridge, because if you cannot create that bridge, you cannot explain your situation to the VO, because it is very crucial that you explain your situation to the VO and not give like generic answers, because if you give generic answers, they can smell it from a long distance and you are automatically getting a reject. Like very high chances are there that you might get a reject. So it is very crucial that you explain your situation, how you are different from the other candidates, and why you want to go there to study your masters. So I explained it to him and he was fine with it. Even with 9 years of experience, he gave me the visa.
So people who are there are a lot of people coming for biotech courses.
For biotech courses,
So from a visa interview perspective, what are the things about the curriculum they should know or which they can use in justifying why this course?
So what I kind of focused on was, so my interest was basically in research. If you have either research or the job section, you go accordingly. So what first thing that you'll do is see the coursework and find your interest at what are you looking for. If you're looking for this, you can justify that this is why I'm going on this college and I've chosen this college over this, because I actually got a admission from I think Washington as well, but I chose this over that because of my specialization and my interest. So you can have that. Other thing is that you research out fields. So I researched about the professors, what kind of labs they are working in, what are the tie-ups or the connections that they have with the outside world. So if you want to,
all this from the university
from the university websites, they have the information of the professor. Then you just search the professor name and then you can see the tie-ups and everything. So you can do that. If you want to go into the job section, you can always see what professors or what the background of the professors is, because the thing is that if you have a relationship with the professor, they can always help you land a job. They can always refer you to someone else. Co-op or maybe full-time job or anything like that. I'm not sure full-time, but co-op definitely they'll be able to help a lot. So you can focus on that. The third thing is that apart from that, so I basically apart from that, the thing was for the sports and everything. I'm not sure that would be justifiable, but for me, Northeastern has a good sports thing. So they had intramurals and everything, and I'm not sure if a lot of colleges have that in the master's program. So I think that three were the things that I focused on. But basically coursework, and if you have a particular interest, if you're able to justify it accordingly, I think that should be okay for the visa interview.
Or why this university?
Yeah.
What are the pointers someone can include coming to Northeastern?
So I divided these 2 points into the 5 points. So first 2 was the coursework, specifically from my background. So I had a research in cancer biology, and they had a very good immunology lab, which I ended up volunteering in the summer 1 last year. So I divided that I have my experience in that, and I'm gonna do this. I can take up this will help me get a good opportunity for on campus or maybe co-ops and everything. So I divided that into 2 points, and after that I did from my research thing that out of these interests, they have 2 of the labs over here. So if at all I'm able to get into those things, I'll be able to have a pretty good connection from there on with through the professors into the outside world. So maybe
coursework, research,
maybe coursework, research, and any interest that you have, relate that to your background
apart from academics.
Apart from academics, or maybe academics can be good as well, because a lot of my friends are from like the business kind of background, and they have worked in various, they have internshiped in a lot of companies, so they use that as a basic or as a base layout for a connection between their experiences and the future, that how they can land a good opportunity through Northeastern. So you can always do that.
Include even internships.
Internships, everything.
And obviously, don't talk about co-op, right?
Because the thing is that, so when I came here, when I came here, I didn't have that much of knowledge about co-op. Right now, the university is spreading awareness as to if you're coming in this project, you have co-op and everything. So a lot of incoming students do have a knowledge for that. So if you are able to, include that thing in your experience somehow, that how co-op will help you, or how these things will help you to get a good co-op, which in turn will help you to get a good opportunity, I think that should be a pretty good layout for your interest to the visa interview.
So data science, data engineering is like a very, very popular course. So somebody coming to Northeastern, what is it about the course that you can tell them which will help them in the visa interview?
Like many times we have seen that in visa interviews they ask like why Northeastern, or they want to know like a particular USP about Northeastern.
Tell me something unique about the university.
Something unique. So basically something unique about Northeastern is like, first, Northeastern, like I didn't knew this before when I was in India, but after coming here, Northeastern has a high performance computing center. It's called Discovery. So you can definitely say that Northeastern, they have their own high performance computing center. It's kind of like a supercomputer kind of thing. So there you can run your algorithms, you can do like advanced machine learning AI stuff on that Discovery computer. We actually, when you become a student in Northeastern, when you're studying like data science or AI or something, you get access to that. There is a procedure, but you get access to that, so you can run like very advanced algorithms, and then you have like.
So this is helpful in what, like in doing your class assignment project?
No, this is not. This will be your own research, your own projects.
Okay.
This is definitely like this is not like the advantage which you get as part of like the normal classes. The normal classes are
basically if you want to do something extra.
This is like a unique special point, like a USP which you can tell the VO. And on top of that, I think that Northeastern is definitely like in the top 3 if you talk about Indian community in US, like any college having the largest number of Indian students. So I definitely think Northeastern is in the top 3. And on top of that, like if you need more reasons to come here, Northeastern has like great facilities both in library, professors, then student groups. Like there are a lot of data science groups in Northeastern who actually prepare you for the industry.
Okay. So there are student organizations for data science.
It's called Data Science Hub. So they actually prepare you, means they mentor you through various data science projects, and it is very beneficial when somebody is taking those skills and applying it in industry.
What about the course structure, the course curriculum? Did you find any unique subjects or any combination which you feel is different here?
So basically this is something you should definitely mention in a visa interview, that Northeastern is the university which gives you a lot of flexibility in selecting your electives. Northeastern, I think they have over like 50-60 electives which you can choose, and like there are a lot of colleges inside Northeastern University, and you can select your particular stream of specialization from any of the colleges. Like I am from a college of engineering, I can choose any specialization, like any particular subject which I want to pursue from the College of Science or like the Booth College of Healthcare, or like
In the management.
yeah, even the management demo management school, I can pick up topics, subjects which I want to specialize in. So electives are a big deal in Northeastern, and it is every student who is planning to coming to Northeastern, they should do their research, that you should know like these are the kind of options which you have. Everything is there wide open in it's just a Google search away. You can just look it up in Google, like what are the electives for your particular course, and you will get like a huge list of electives, and you can pick some subjects based on your
Okay.
requirement.
Basically, you can have like a domain specialization.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Great. So I think you attended the workshop, which was like
Yeah.
a group
Yeah.
session, and then we did a mock
Yeah,
post that.
yeah.
So how did that help you in your preparation?
Yeah, so basically I did not take any bundle package, like there are a lot of institutes who give you like a whole bundled package,
End to end, like
end to
booking the
end.
slot.
Yeah, not just booking the slot, they even mentor
From the
you.
university.
Yeah, from the right from starting to
SOP.
preparing for the GRE, SOP, university selection, application, visa, everything. Like they have a whole package which covers like everything. But since I have always been doing everything on myself, so I thought that I'll pull it off myself, and I indeed pulled it off. But the visa particular thing was like, I felt like I would need some special guidance, because I was not very clear about a few things what I wanted to say, and I wanted my answers to be crisp and structured.
Trimmed, like.
Yeah, like you just want to extract like the main things and arrange it properly. So for that I attended the workshop. The workshop was very helpful in the sense like you discussed like the most commonly asked questions, and you also gave us like templates and stuff, and according to that template I structured my answers. But those worked very well, but on top of that I had this extra thing which was like my long gap, which was causing like anxiety at the back of my mind, and I knew that this question is definitely going to come up. So I thought about going for a one-to-one consultation with you, and that is the time when we actually figured out like how I want to explain that gap. And I actually got that question in the visa interview. That was the first question itself. So because I was prepared for it, so I could just tell him, and I got the visa in the first go itself.
Right. Okay. Great. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thanks a
much.
lot.
So this was all about Northeastern, and I really hope that you got a very real feel and account of how it would be to be a student here. Once you're done watching this video, do check out this video, which is about all the other universities in US, particularly in New York, and make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned, because we have a lot more useful content coming up. For more in-depth preparation for your visa interview, reach out for a one-to-one session with me. The details of this are in the description box below. Signing off for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.